Hey y'all, what the heck is going on with Sun? Seriously, it's your girl Ish, and we are talking about episode 4 of Even Sun. So, last episode we learned that Arthur's family owns all the resorts on the island, and the last time we left off on the episode 3, Sun was out of place to live for the time that he was on the island. So we all know that Sun is not the brightest tool in the shed. So he asks Tale if he knows of a place for him to stay that isn't a hotel owned by Atid. Remember, Tale is Arthur's best friend. This is like asking Luigi for Mario's social security number. You'll only end up in a world of hurt. So, of course, Sun goes with Tale, and Tale takes Sun to Arthur's first house. Not a hotel Arthur owns, but Arthur's house. So technically Tale gave Sun what he asked for. It's not a hotel that he owns. The other two workers of the hotel are mad at Tale because apparently Arthur said to never bring anyone to his first home. Tale says no one will tell Arthur. Then he nudges Sun to pay off the other two co-workers for their silence. But do I smell a little plot going on here? Did they actually bring Sun here on purpose? In my gut, I believe so. I believe Arthur, the two co-workers, and Tale put Sun in Arthur's clutches on purpose. And if this is actually the case, that would make one wonder why would Arthur go to this trouble, go to this length for a guy who he obviously cannot stand. Keep that in the back of y'all's mind as we continue on discussing this episode. When Sun got into the house, he began to clean up. It is actually really dusty and all the furniture is covered with a white sheet because it hadn't been used in a while. Then, as Sun cleans up and goes deeper into the room, he finds all kinds of sex toys and gadgets, handcuffs, ropes, whips. It even looked like Sun found a little collar as well. Yeah, it looks like Arthur is a Freak, okay? Like, what and who was he doing in the first house in the first place? And why did he send Sun there? If my theory is correct, he sent Sun to a house where he have all kinds of bondage toys. Let's not think too deeply. Is he trying to... Okay, no, let me not get ahead of myself. So Sun cleans the place and he cleans up really nicely actually. And as he is resting, he sees an envelope in one of the dresser drawers. So when Sun reads what's in the envelope, he gets a series of flashbacks that show or seems to show like really what the show is trying to convey, but could have done a little bit better job when they did the flashbacks. That's just my opinion. But what the show is trying to convey was that Sun's dad actually was the one that owes Arthur, not the other way around. And remember, Arthur kept telling Sun, you should leave the island. Get away from the island before you can't leave. Well, right as Sun was hauling ass with all of his belongings trying to get out of the first house, he runs into none other than Arthur. And him finding the envelope or being in the house in general was definitely not a coincidence. So Sun, baby, it is officially too late to leave. When he tried to run away, he tried to run through Arthur, but he was quickly blocked because Arthur is obviously stronger than him. He was picked up and he was dragged, really carried, back into the first house. Arthur threw him on the bed, and damn, look how strong Arthur is. He could pick me up too. Then, in the room, Arthur flips the script. Sun is like, are you a sadist? Arthur is like, if you want your money back, you're gonna have to stay here. And he crawls on the bed seductively towards Sun. 2 words, y'all, on purpose. I told you guys, Arthur set this up. Meanwhile, Sun is begging, saying he wants to go home. He's thinking Arthur is about to basically assault him. Arthur then proceeds to handcuff Sun to the bed. Yeah, it's too late, buddy. In the next scene, Nai, Arthur and Tale's friend, comes into town from Bangkok, and he's the attorney that we saw before. Tale, he conveys with no words at all, but all clarity, that Arthur is getting busy with his plaything. Then, when the 3 friends meet at a table for lunch, Nai makes fun because they notice that Arthur has a bite mark on his neck. Now, in the next scene, we see that it was indeed Sun that had bit Atid, but not in the way that you would think. It was nothing sexy. Nye asks Arthur if Sun knows the truth now, that Sun's dad really owes Arthur money. Arthur confirmed that he, in fact, did know the truth now. Meanwhile, Sun, who is still handcuffed to the bed, calls his father. Sun tries to confront his father, but his father gives him the runaround. His own son! He gives him a runaround, and then lets it know that he didn't send Sun out there to collect the debt. He only put his son to use to pay the debt for him. Diabolical. Guillotine, y'all. And pause. What do y'all think about the dad? Give me your opinion down in the comments below. But anyway, Sun's dad literally told him, just pay anything. And in the back of my mind, I was like, what if Arthur was super freaking weird? And what if he was super freaking freaky and didn't want money as a payment? Poor Sun, he could be paying all kinds of ways. I mean, look at all those sex toys. Now I was like, this is all your plan to make Sun know the truth. So I was right all along. And yes, everyone was in on it. The co-workers, everybody already knew it. And we all know that Sun isn't the brightest tool in the tool shed. So he fell into their plan like rainwater in a thunderstorm. Y'all just fell. And yeah, Tale, I feel bad for Sun too. His dad is really treacherous. In the next scene, when Mancorn and Ashton are practicing boxing, Mancorn accidentally knees Ashton in the stomach. Mancorn immediately goes down to check on him, making sure that he's okay. And then Ashton's dad, he walked into the gym and told Mancorn, ask your dad when he will pay my money back. He is likely tired of having Mancorn stay there with him. Anyway, he said that he will send Ty to collect from Mancorn's daddy anyway. But the thing is, Ty is not at work. He's been missing. Even his partner Meek doesn't even know where he is. Now, why is Ty missing? Next scene, we see Sun scamming ass daddy receiving the money from the investing victim. And I swear this man, he is no good at all. The victim leaves, but not before we see that his son is Nemo's boyfriend. That's such a weird connection. But let's follow. Now we know Sun's dad is scamming JJ's dad as well. I was half expecting Ty to pop up and take all the money that Sun's dad had just collected. But no, Ty is still missing. Next, we see Nemo, and he is on an island that his dad is buried on. He's at his dad's grave visiting him and having a moment. And then JJ pops up, and Nemo's mood turns sour. Like, why are these two even in a relationship together, okay? Is Nemo or Arthur indebted to him or something? Nemo is clearly so unhappy in a relationship. Like, boy, just leave him, boo. And JJ says, oh, Arthur sent me to come and pick you up from the island. Nemo was like, is that true? Then JJ apologizes for the fight that they had a few days before. He tries to get a hug from Nemo, but Nemo pushes him away. Then this is where JJ gets mad and angry, and they end up fighting again. Like, what is the reason? Then JJ starts getting a little abusive, like calling Nemo a stupid idiot boy. And then he said, who would ever want you if it wasn't for your dad and your brother being rich? Like, why are these two even a thing? How are these two even a thing? But one thing I don't play about is emotional abuse. So none of that, JJ. That is unacceptable. And on top of that, he is jealous. He's a super jealous person. He is always accusing Nemo of liking Arthur's friend and other people, but that is just not the case. Nemo clearly says and said before that he had never done any of that. So Nemo slaps JJ for being so cruel to him and storms off. Oh, no hitting, baby, but I get it. While the three friends eat at the beach, here comes their captive son hobbling up to them in the sand. But before Sun could even get a word out, Arthur's worker, Takia, says that the boat is approaching and it's his little brother's boat. But there's no one on the boat at all. Everyone runs to the boat, but Nye is left to take care of Sun. Anyway, Arthur had to go rush to save Nemo, his little baby brother. He had to go find him. After searching for a little bit, he does end up finding Nemo, and he is on the island. He was thinking that he was trying to kill himself because he was in some secluded part of the island, but Nemo was like, nah, I'm just looking for my phone. He was about to call Arthur to come pick him up until he dropped the phone in the water. So the crisis was averted. His boat floated away because the rope had slipped, but Nemo said that was good because it made Arthur instead come to look for him. So it all worked out in the end. Not gonna lie though, Nemo, that was kind of irresponsible and careless of you, especially since Arthur knows that JJ had came looking for you. No, sir. Then, interestingly, Arthur is like, someone came to see you. Maybe JJ had a point. So, back on the beach, we see Nye and Sun, and they're sitting down. Nye says that he is sorry about Sun's situation, his father being in debt. And Sun is like, no. You're Arthur's friend, so you're on his side. So you have to be part of the scheme, too. Which, Sun ain't wrong. At least he got that part. Nye is like, think about it. If Arthur didn't like you, he wouldn't be doing all this playful shit. That gave Sun pause. And your boy had to think for a moment. Like me? He, just pondering his like me? Then the brothers got back to the shore. They meet Tale, Nye, and the other worker, and Nemo sees Nye. Okay, what little Nye got going on? Yeah, someone has a crush on his big brother's best friend, and they are all in support of it. And I hate to say it, but JJ was right. His boyfriend do got a crush on somebody else. Suddenly, Arthur noticed someone is missing. Then he asked his friends, where's Sun? Tale was like, shoot, I completely forgot about him. I'm just making sure Nemo was okay. But yeah, they basically all forgot about Sun. So, let me know below, guys. What do y'all think of this episode? Let's discuss. Also, let me know your favorite part of this show. And please like and subscribe. Even share if you would like. To me, there needs to be a few things built up more towards understanding in the show. Because sometimes some of the plots can leave you a little bit confused. Like, who is Ty in love with? More clues on Nemo liking Nye other than JJ shouting it. Why is Nemo with JJ? And when did Arthur start liking Sun? And when did Sun start liking Arthur back? I feel like things in this show just happened and without rhyme and reason, basically. Even the whole plot to get Sun to know that his dad was actually the debtor, I still don't know why Arthur just didn't come out and tell him. I don't think this show did a good job at giving the why. Why are things happening? Well, I will say this though, we do have 2 more episodes and maybe the showrunners will explain. So guys, until next time.